Okay, welcome back again. My camera tried to throw itself to its death. So, yeah, I had to pause the stream briefly there for a second. Welcome back. We're going through Shadowrun Mercurial and hopefully telling you things you haven't heard about the game. If you have heard them, I'd be very impressed because most of these are things that I've run into in my own playthrough. But, or in making the game. But let's go through. Now Max Foley says, "Am I right?" It's his catchphrase, and that's actually written into the original module, and is suggested as throwing it out. You know, every time you're talking, you say it. It sounds super disingenuous when you read his dialogue out loud. And not in a good, like he doesn't sound like a real person. He sounds like somebody trying to make a catchphrase stick, which is okay with me. We talked about Max Foley being a former Tridio star who had beat a murder rap or something in the UCAS, so on the East Coast. And so he had like some notoriety, but wanted to get away from it. So then he moved to Seattle to start over, and that's how he started Lowball. Damn it. All right, and we'll only be able to stream for about an hour today. All right, so Max Foley always says, "Am I right?" And he's a douchebag. So. Let's see what Max has to say about Hernandez. That's a discussion for another time. Never speak ill of the dead. Yeah. So Max Foley's suggestion is to go cut the head off the snake and deal with Hernandez. Let's see what Maria suggests. So Maria doesn't know what to do. She doesn't want to sit around. Let's go access my stash, go sell some of my gear I'm not using. I thought I found one of those with the. Yeah. Yeah, let's go get a better pistol. Let's up my pistol skill while I'm at it. Okay, I will point out this error here, the doghouse error. There's a script that we set every time you come back to the doghouse scene that when you save or load has an issue. That's why this ends up blank or says the opening text again. It's really annoying, especially for a scene that's so central in the game. There's not much I can do about it without rewriting the entire thing, and it's probably not going to happen. I should be able to clip that browning now. How did it come before? No. Chummer. Alright, and now we have the runner van in our pad. Now, I know that a lot of people, when they play, they want to come check out the Matrix. And you can. The Matrix is actually gorgeous, and Ryan did a fantastic job of making the LTG really shine. We even threw in the tandem deckers. Ryan put in tandem deckers. Dave and Ryan got it to work. Ryan Shudham Cabal is the other guy that worked on Mercurial with us as a scripter, and his scripting was just brilliant. So he was able to get the Matrix working and in all its glory, and have you run around and get information. I'm just really happy with how the Matrix turned out. I couldn't be more happy with how the Matrix turned out. When you come in here, you can actually come in and touch his stuff, his Bejeweled Katana, Ares, and C4. Every time you touch something, he gets super pissed off, and you can end up in a fight with him. It doesn't do you any good, though. I think Big Jim has some programs and stuff. I can also, I think, sell him the plans. Nope, I got a karma for it. What do I have? Sony Craftwork. There's my smart link. Alright. Confirmed. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, and Big Jim and Geek, you can run around and touch all their stuff and get into a fight with them, and you end up killing them. And then I don't remember if there's a way to buy the stuff after that. There's kind of a weird outcome. Oh, and I'm going to run over those. No thanks. Alright, so choosing your next mission, you gotta go to Maria. Alright, so I know that most people end up doing the decking. We're gonna go get Armando. And Maria has her schism and goes full Amazon. Found out he was Dean BTL, and she stomps off. And that's like, holy shit. Beetles, better than life chips. So, in the module, Foley frames Hernandez for selling BTLs, and then knowing that that will trigger Maria, and then he like swoops in and scoops up her contract, and then hires you runners to keep Hernandez away. And we wanted to have the option of you. I mean, he's basically going to say, you know, go check it out, go kill him. He gives you a contact number, which we will call. And this lady shows up, this redhead. Back and talk to Maria, because I think Maria gives us a different number. So Maria, the first thing that she remembers is waking up in a hotel room covered with blood, which obviously she doesn't want to tell a bunch of strangers about. And then she ran out of the hotel, and because she's all cybered up, no one was willing or wanted to stop her. And you'll see that her picture changes with her persona. So now that she has kind of the school mistress persona, that she's had a chance to calm down. She's very thoughtful. And she didn't have anything wrong with her. She got the cyberware because her boss demanded it, and her boss is the dude that she killed. So he had a shunt installed in her brain so that he could turn it off and she wouldn't remember what he was doing. Supposedly for clients, but basically so that he could rape and beat her. And he was an asshole. He died. He deserved it. And Maria killed him, and then when the shunt switched back off, she just woke up, had no memory of where she was, how she got there, who this dude. She probably remembered who that guy was, but has blacked out since. And cranial bomb. And she has like high level stuff. We actually had a Matrix run where you could hack into the clinic in Little Chiba and get the stuff. Got cut. That's actually one of the things from the module that we didn't manage to work it into the game. Imagine you're a wave slave, some poor bastard who just punches a clock to keep ahead of your mountain of debt and problems. Now, instead of falling asleep in front of the Trinity or the latest Fuji game, you have the ability to slot a chip that makes you feel like you're a rock star. Not a Simpsons where you can watch a rock star party, but a chip that makes you feel like a rock star. The highs, the lows, the pain, the pleasure. That's what BTLs are. It's escapism. Mondo had some computer glitches because of the hacker. Gummy Bear. So he was actually in the Aztec Technology Pyramid when she killed him, and then she ran out. She wasn't an Aztec Technology employee. I don't remember if I assume they talk about that because I wrote it. the number that you can call the number Max gave you, call the number Maria gave you. I don't think we can call the phone number's been disconnected. Alright, so he says, yeah, let's go meet. So let's go meet Armando Hernandez. And I happen to know that when we come back from this fight, we're going to have a huge fight on our hands. So we're going to go ahead and just gear up with our heavy hitters. So we'll do Gunner. I'll go Susio because I want the extra modifier. Nah, I'll go Shiver. I'm probably Shiver anywhere. Alright, so we're gonna go see Hernandez. Now there are a few different versions of this. The thing that I love most about this is that there is replayability, because if you don't call ahead, then Hernandez is just passed out in his office. And if you come visit him after Knock Knock, the scene that's right after this one, then there's a very different outcome than if you... most of the scenes have a different outcome if you go before or after Knock Knock. So you can't see them all. You can't see all versions of it. Most recent call was from you at the doghouse. Alright, so we're gonna leave his phone there. He has a trash computer that a very angry woman has torn apart. So we can go around and steal a bunch of Maria memorabilia, because there's a funny Easter egg if you do this and sell it off. I don't know, it's funny. I think it's funny. Steal a poster. Alright. Now if you don't call first, then Armando is still passed out on the floor. And you can just shoot him in the head without ever talking to him. Which is like the most feels bad ending once you figure out that he was framed by Max. But it's something that people, when they play the module at a tabletop, have totally done. Like, it's an acceptable, not an acceptable answer, but Thomas Smart did the custom artwork for this. We actually have 3 versions of it. One where he's looking pretty sharp, and one where he has puke all over him, and one where he just looks kind of crappy. Surprise, Armando is not behind. Come on, get out of here. All right, Max is going to join the team. And some gangers to steal my van. Let's let Shiver run around. And we all escape. Yay! Alright, so we go back to the doghouse. This is the scene Knock Knock. It's meant to like prod your players along if they're taking too long in the module, and we wanted it to be kind of you're coming back, you're already pissed at Max, and you want the answers. So if he has answers, you should get them out of him, and if he doesn't have answers, you're just going to take Marie and get the hell out of there. But when you get back to the doghouse, there's 2 armored vehicles. A high-grade armored personnel carrier. some sort of unfriendly commotion inside. Sumiko Hotada. She has a beetle in her hand. And Blight has switched teams. Originally we had Blight with the haste spell and some stuff that made him super useful so that people would take him even though he was creepy. There was an argument about making a throwaway shaman better than your character, and so some of that stuff got taken off of him, and so not a lot of people brought him because he was just super creepy. So then he betrays you and it's like, whatever, what are you gonna do? Quite the team. Okay, and if you're looking to burn through this encounter because it's too hard or you didn't bring the right people, or if you just happen to go into the Matrix and you're stuck with the two crappy deckers, once you get Hotada down to a certain life, then she runs out. So you have time. Oh, I missed. Damn, that's harsh. Alright, so Max runs outside. Oops. I may have just glitched that. So everybody has a different response to the dragon. Can't be extinguished with water. Just detail we made up. Susio's is probably my favorite response, which is, do you say the size of the dick on that thing? I don't know why it amuses me so much, but it really does. Alright. So when you need to change your gear, you can still use the stuff, but we're good. Get the hell out of here. And I believe this scene is the hottest thing in music right now, am I right? Which is, in the module, he says, "Am I right?" Like as he gets burned, which seemed a little on the nose. But we got to use all these fire props. Thomas did an awesome job of melting the vans and cars, so that we had a post-apocalyptic thing. I believe my van got melted too. Yep, totally done. But it was fine. We'll probably get a limo or something. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then just investigate both bodies to get out of here. She was the specific target. Alright, then it bounces us to the Delta Clinic. Hey, old Sam is here. We are not officially affiliated with Ares Megacorp in any way. There is no official paperwork linking to them to us in any way. Black Clinic. I'm here to check on Maria. Dr. Mendoza, named for our buddy Josh Mendoza. He's also the name that we used in the Stuffer Shack for the racist you can send elf porn to. Oh, it's just a cool portrait. Dr. Cutter. Cyber technology and prosthetic insertion. And neurology. Take that, York says. To every dim humanitarian who complains about dumb work, it's gonna take our jobs, damn it. have a ton of money, you can have 99 yen left. But you can pick up a super thyroid, and I think you actually get the higher level encephalon. Nope, can't get it. All right. Not that I'm using my wide reflexes for much, but Armando is supposed to be on these. And I think he actually gave me the key card already that I need to go to Maria's penthouse. So here we make a reference to Sam and Madam Sinful and Dead Man's Switch. The ladies I frequent aren't into group jobs, their preference, not mine. Let's get out of here. Maria's penthouse key. Where are we headed? So, the original concept was that we wanted to have the penthouse or the doghouse. Like, you could choose your safe house, and then whichever one you chose would be the one kind of you got set up in, and then you got attacked in. So there is some scripting that was in place to do multi-returns to the penthouse, just like there is to the doghouse. And yeah, this really fancy penthouse, and mostly got cut. There's still a little bit of it left. Have a pool out on the balcony. You can see some views of the city below. Not too much, because that's actually not an isometric image. And you walk in here and Max says, "Oh, a bar. Let me go take care of that." We already talked to Maria and know that she doesn't like Simpsons, so not as odd that there's none there. Excuse me. Music had 9,000 synth link. Now all the descriptions of these different rooms are from the module. We played with them as little as possible because we wanted to be faithful to the people who have read the module. This is actually the same city image as the other one, is just panned over, and again you can see behind it. You can pick up the laser rifle here, which is the most useless item in the game. You can blind somebody for 1 round if you want. I will take it just so that I can sell it to somebody. I don't think that it's actually worth taking. Maybe the ability to deck in. And she has 2 guest rooms, and your stash is in one of them. Because we need a place with your stash, that would make sense. And you can, go by yourself or send people by themselves. We're going to talk to Max first. And we put in some red herrings. One of the red herrings we put, it was that Dave was behind it all. So there was this trucker I met earlier tonight. Some random trucker. As if some random trucker would be good enough to spearhead this whole thing. Because Dave is pretty infamous for not taking credit for things that he is capable of. He was the lead on this project. He helped me get Stuffer Shack across the finish line, and he helped carry me all the way through Dead Band Switch Vox Populi. Like, he did an amazing amount of scripting, and we did it in a year and change. And he's an impressive guy, but doesn't really carry himself that way. So if you know him, that's what's going on. So we're going to investigate the bounty on our head. We sent Silver Arrow to look into it. Follow up me later. We're going to... Let's go visit Foley's office first. I'm a decker, so just to show you some of the variations. If you can go to Foley's office before the attack. Let's take El Jefe. I haven't taken him on anything yet. On Sucio. Originally, you had to run all the way to the elevator to leave. And it was a pain in the ass to us testing it, so we just made it so that you talk to Sam, and then when you confirmed with Sam what you wanted to do, you just left. So, the secretary totally dead, there's the retinal scanner is busted, the janitor is totally dead. Guy's armor took everything. Retinal scanners just for show. And there's this window prop that exists and only has the one view. I wish there was multiple views. So instead of, ignoring that, we leaned into it and say that this is actually a digital window to impress people. That lots of offices have them, so that if other people use it, it's a fake window. It was funny for me. I don't know if anyone else cares. You're supposed to be able to investigate all this stuff and look at all the things on the wall, but it doesn't look like they're triggering because I came here after the... Let me see. Synth Lord. Concrete Dreams, which we talked about. Max almost breaking up, and Maria, even though she's only been his client for like 20 hours. So let's go hack the digital world. Actually, let's spend some of my karma. Oh, I don't got a lot. Damn. Huh. Yeah. I guess I won't spend any karma before I go in. Alright. I'm going to take Nebel along with me, which I think works. So our LTG. Now because we're jacking in from the penthouse, we should have a different connection than if we were jacking in from the doghouse, which has a connection to Starbucks, and you end up decking in through their back wall. Space for another SB. And yeah, she looks good. Okay, so pub.sri is it's a reference to a message board that I used to frequent, a real message board. It's run by my buddy Ingo. So not only does the Shadowrun pub make an appearance here, but Jingoistic is what Ingo is short for. And has the Shadowland in there. The Shadowland circling around, another simulated animation. Mostly this is just information. And I wanted this guy to be in the game. And he mentions, all the data havens he mentions are real things in the Shadowrun lore. You can give him a custom upper. Now, this one's based off of Alan Turing's Brainwaves. Alan Turing is one of my personal heroes. So he was in charge of the Bletchley Park project and designed a computer, a functioning analytical engine in World War II. It's an amazing story. Recently it was made into a movie with The Imitation Game, but I've been a fan of this guy for like my whole life. Just like I'm a fan of Charles Babbage and Ada Lovelace. Just do something cool for me. Then you get a scotch. Thanks for drinking the tour. Now if you're by yourself, you can run back here and there's like an Easter egg, but only one person can go in there at a time, so we're not going to do that. It is still back here though. Oh. Yep, have to go by yourself. And Goldbauer is gold farmer in German. I just wanted somebody you can buy. You can buy programs from. I don't have any money though. I spent all my money on a custom upper. You can access Shadowland and sell your pay data. And Gene Kite is, sorry, my phone's ringing. I gotta go help somebody move, so I'm gonna have to cut it short here. So Gina Kite is a a news personality that Thomas Smart came up with. He also designed all of these kind of news, and there's like 4 or 5 of these, and this one is the dragon sighting over Puyallup. Every time you come here, you can see a different one. We're good. You can wander around the LTG. This place is gorgeous. We had to make a bunch of custom props so that these tables and stuff, they're on here. Dodger's in here doing something. Ian goes in here. Shadowland. So we made a lot of custom props for the Matrix just because we wanted something that looked like something new. So we are going to go to the entrance of Lobo Records. I think key is missing. Oh yes, and Ryan put the puzzle for the bit in here. I forgot about that. So, alright, I'm gonna get picked up in a second. Alright, we are going to. Let's go steal one from StarCaf. There's one on their back. So we, it's not SoyCaf, it's StarCaf. Was something I saw in a Shadowrun campaign on Obsidian Portal. It was just one of those lines that I thought was really funny and stuck with me. So we've incorporated StarCaf into all of our logos, and this is set up like a Starbucks. Legally distinct from Starbucks, but set up like a Starbucks. Virtual barista is worthless. I don't think I can open it from this side. Just too bad because I think there's a bit right there. You can get like the StarCaf recipe. Nuka burger. Cornut. There's a bit store in here somewhere. That is Hama has guns up front. Think of any of that stuff. Bit store. So this was a puzzle, and while we're here, I will point out this dude over here. The singularity is real. That's Ryan's cameo. Just because that's what he wanted. I'm gonna run all the way around there. But he figured out some impressive stuff like these guns follow you around. Federated banking is the other run you can do. Or glitch in here. Fuji devs coded into more, which is the Fuji devs would be me and Dave. But having a free move matrix was not possible in Shadowrun Dragonfall. We had to break the system in order to get it to work, just like we had to break the system in order to get the follower to follow you. Canada 10 gives you a hint on the puzzle. I think you can buy a bit, but I don't think I have enough money for it. Yeah, 500 million, I don't have that. So you can code your own bit. Oh man, I don't remember. No. Oh, can't get to any of those. Okay, oscillator one it is. So every time you encode a server, you unlock one of the other servers to be encoded. And the oscillator lets you transfer back and forth between the two. I like it. It's an interesting puzzle. But if you don't get it right away, it's a pain in the ass. I think once you've encoded all, I got one more. I believe this gives me a bit. No? Damn it. Oh, yeah, it did. Just good, because I don't think I have enough to do the puzzle again. Alright, so we got our bit. So now we can go hack Hernandez. Which is good, because I gotta go. Alright, so that's it for me. Thank you for playing. I'm gonna go ahead and leave 20 seconds of kind of runtime at the end here. Because I gotta add the videos, the links at the end of YouTube. And I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm sorry I didn't have as much to share this time, but we'll get back to it. Back to the LGG. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and save and exit here. Alright, that's where I'm going to cut off my stream. So thank you for playing, thank you for coming along, and we'll see you next time.